Today I'll be reviewing the port of Key West, one of the few U.S. ports that ships typically visit. Because it is technically a U.S. port, because it is Key West, Florida, part of the United States, you don't have to worry about putting your phone on airplane mode once you dock. So feel free to use your phone here. Most other ports in the Caribbean are not U.S. territories, so therefore you're going to have some kind of roaming charges unless you use some kind of international plan, SIM card, etc. For example, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, so you could use your phone as normal in Puerto Rico. But a lot of the other islands there, like Jamaica, not part of the U.S. You may go on the cruise and think, hey, from the moment I leave port, I need to keep my phone on airplane mode until I get back to the U.S. When you stop by Key West, it is the U.S., so once you get off the ship, feel free to turn your airplane mode off. But anywho, back to the stuff you really came for. I visited this port with Margaritaville. If you're wondering what port Margaritaville uses, I have a picture right here of where we docked at. And we were there the same day as Royal Caribbean ship. This is where they docked. Also, Carnival docks in Key West as well. This is where they docked. So this is a nice little map of the area, kind of get an idea of what's what, what's where. So you kind of plan your visit once you get there. This port has many things to do. One of the common things people do is rent golf carts when coming to this port. Just because it is a large area you could visit, and you could walk a lot of places, but it's easier if you take a golf cart, especially in the middle of summer. When we were in the middle of summer, it was hot. We chose to walk, and we both enjoyed the decision and regretted the decision at the same time. So it's kind of hard to say. Depends on you. There are golf carts pretty much when you get off the ship right there. There's also golf carts in the middle of town you have to walk to that are a little bit cheaper. It's up to you. Also, there are mopeds in the area, so you have options. And yes, there is Uber or Lyft around here too, so that's also an option. But we chose to walk. Key West is famous for many places like the Hemingway House, where the famous writer lived at. It is also where the key lime pie was created, so they're very famous here, and you can find key lime places everywhere around here. You could just walk around and you happen to run into one. You don't even have to try to find one. But we tried to find one that was the best in the area. We went with the one with the highest ratings, and that was Kermit's Key Lime Pie. They had tons of varieties of key lime pie, as well as souvenirs. And since it was a hot day, middle of summer when we went, it was perfect that they had a key lime pie ice cream covered in chocolate. So that just hit the spot, absolutely delicious. We actually should have stopped by on the way back and got another one because it was just that good. There are tons of shops in this area. You could walk down the street and you'll run into a shop. So there's no need of trying to find a specific shop unless there's one specific thing you need. There's no shortage of shops in my experience. You walk down about a mile or so, enter the Southernmost Point Beach Cafe, which seemed like a very nice place. You can eat here, have some drinks. There's actually a place just before that with a bunch of frozen drinks because you're going to be hot at that point, especially if it's during the summer. There's plenty of frozen drinks there. It also has a free beach, so if you want a beach and drinks, that is the place to go. But the chairs there are for rent, so there's a charge for that. If you don't need a chair, well then free beach all day. Have fun. When we went, it wasn't too crowded that day, but it is a beach, so the results may vary. Just around the corner, you have the Southernmost Point of the USA / Mighty Mouse to Cuba sign, and we got there, it was crowded. We got off the ship about an hour after the ship was allowed to disembark, and we took our time getting there. So basically, people were off the ship maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours before we actually got to that point, and the line was long. And I wanted a picture with it, and I didn't want to wait in that line, so I kind of went across the street and took a selfie, as you can see here. And of course, there's a bunch of other people in it, but I didn't care. At least got a sign, got a picture with the sign, because I wasn't about to wait in the middle of July to get a picture with that sign in that long line. And at this point, we walked about a mile and a half-ish, maybe a little less, because we didn't go a straight shot there. We kind of took a slight detour. But there's a lot to do at this port. That's just what we did, but you still have things like jet skis there, parasailing, scuba, other beach clubs. I mean, there's a lot to do at that port. So be sure when you go there, check it out. Those are some of the things that we did, but there's plenty more this port has to offer. Maybe next time I visit, I'll try something else and let y'all know how that goes. So I'll see y'all next time with more port reviews.